So you want your content to look way, way better so people will actually watch it. I'm a professional photographer and videographer, but here at home, I just have my little studio with my ring light, with my professional camera, with my external monitor. I'm recording a podcast at the same time, but I have a lav mic on, which is what you're hearing. I'm gonna walk you through my studio setup. First, a tour. This is how I am checking my focus to make sure I'm in the frame, everything stays set up. That is my ring light. This is my camera. This is the camera that I use on set. Hi. This is what I do my work with, and so I'm pretty fortunate to have this, but I'm gonna talk you through camera stuff. There goes my dog. And then this is the mic that I am also simultaneously podcasting with, and then I have my script here. If you're listening to this, you're listening from this mic, not this mic. If you're on the podcast, you're listening on this mic. Today, we are going to talk about how to set up your own recording studio, and I'm going to take you through my recording studio. Right now, I'm in my YouTube/podcasting studio. And if you are watching the YouTube video, you're seeing me do air quotes. If you are listening on the podcast, I'm doing air quotes because I don't have any sound insulation up to keep the outside noise outside. And so it's not a full-fledged studio, but hey, you got to start somewhere. You got to make something. If you're watching, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question. I will make a video for you. That's how few subscribers we have. If you ask a question in the comments, I will just make a video for you. So I have in front of me my camera that I use professionally. It's a Canon Mark V. No, a Canon Mark IV. There's no Mark V yet. A Canon Mark IV 5D. And we can get into whether or not I like this camera. I love this camera, but we can get into the details of gear later. If you are looking for a camera, you don't have to go for the big boy. You don't have to go for the professionals use this on set camera. There are about 1.5 million articles out there that talk about what cameras are best for vlogging, and they will give you beautiful images, and they won't be as expensive as this bad boy right here. They don't have to be. They will be expensive though. That's why we're talking about if you're kind of going next level with this. And one thing you definitely want if you are getting one of those cameras is one feature you want it to have is a pop-out monitor. Now, if I'm gonna show some video in my YouTube video. So what I have here is an external monitor, and this is how I make sure I'm in focus while I'm recording, that everything looks good, that nothing's in my way, that I don't have my hair looking weird, though I won't say it looks perfect today. But I have an external monitor, and that's how I keep everything going. If you're gonna get a vlogging camera, get one where the monitor on the back of your camera pops up and out a little bit so you can see what you're doing while you're in front of the camera, and you don't have to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Don't forget to get memory cards because you're gonna be transferring files. I'm sure some of them have wireless where you can Wi-Fi yourself all of your video, all of your raw footage. I've played with that a little bit. There are some wedding photographers that do that so that they can edit. They send their photos from their camera to their computer without taking out their memory card, and then they have somebody in the background who is doing editing while they're shooting, and it's truly awesome. They put together a slideshow same day for the couple. It's a great client experience. That's not what we're talking about today. So you've got your camera. Just look up best vlogging cameras. A million things will come up. It's kind of hard to go wrong. Look at what your priorities are. If your priorities are you want to travel with it and you don't want it to get in the way and you want it to kind of be seamless in your life, you can do that with I fully believe in doing that with your phone, by the way. But hey, if you want to get a camera to travel with you, to do it, do travel vlogs, day in the life vlogs, whatever that looks like. Get something small and lightweight and probably mirrorless, which will cost a little more money, but kind of will be worth it in the end. And then get something that has a good battery life and that external pop-out monitor. Let's talk about audio. If you are going to be set in your studio like I'm doing, I love to have a lav mic. That's what I use on set when I'm doing a video for a client. I use a lav mic. I don't have a wireless lav mic. I do think that's a good option, but I actually prefer something corded that I just feel it feels more reliable to me. So set up your lav mic like you saw me do in the beginning. Hide the cord as best you can. Hide the mic as best you can. And hair is really useful for that. And then my dog just came in. Hi, buddy. You going to be in the audience today? All right. Hide the lav mic under your hair, whatever you can do. I'm hiding it a little bit under my collar, you can see, if you can do that. Sometimes you can't. You have to turn it a certain way. Whatever works for you. Nobody actually cares that much about seeing it, but if you really want the experience to feel seamless, and you have a lav mic and you're sitting down to do an interview, I think it's a good way to go. Now, if you have a lav mic and you are not sitting down, you're doing a day in the life, you're gonna wanna do something else. You're gonna want a mic that travels with you that you can hot shoe onto your camera, and you're gonna wanna get one of those windscreens that kind of looks like poofy and furry and fuzzy. That's gonna travel well with you throughout your day, throughout wherever you're going, even if you're not literally getting on a plane, even if you're just walking around and doing a day in my life, you're gonna want something that picks up the sound better, but you're not gonna wanna do a lav mic because it's hard to be mic'd up and walk around all the time. So make sure to get everything that you do. Make sure to test it out, try it a few times before you hit the ground running with it. It is something that you have to learn, but it's so learnable. I see too many people get too in their heads about, they understand the equipment that they need, but they kind of get frozen when it comes to actually putting it to use for the first time. This is especially when it comes to lighting setups like strobes, and this is more of a photo on set sort of thing. But that's one of the biggest freeze moments I see for newer photographers trying to get on set, is having no idea how to set things up. You look at like a speed ring and you look at your octobox and you're like, okay, what goes where? But once you realize how incredibly easy it is. So I just want to encourage you that like all of this is actually not that hard. All of this is not that hard. You can do it. This is so doable. Let's talk about lighting for your more intermediate setup. I just have a ring light. Let's look at that. Right? I just have your base. I mean, it's a bigger ring light, so it's not like a travel ring light, but I just have a ring light. I love it. I think it falls nicely. I think it looks good. I've tried a few different setups. I've tried modeling lights with my strobes. I didn't like those. They were too warm, even though I like the warmth. An LED light, or sorry, a ring light, the LED light on the ring light is usually going to be like a neutral daytime color, and that works out pretty well. It kind of looks like there's a nice big window here. I mix this with natural light. So I've got my windows wide open, and that's actually doing a lot of the fill work. And then my ring light, my LED light, is my key light. It's the main thing that's happening right now. And it doesn't have to be a ring light. LED lights come in different shapes, but in the, I have also some Gen Rays that I love that are bigger and they're more like rectangles, and they are better on set because they're brighter, and I have some modifiers for them. I only have this like diffuse modifier on this ring light, but it's still LED light at the end of the day. So whatever gets the job done, whatever has the modifier that you need, whatever's strong enough to fall into your frame the way you want it to. Why are we talking about this today? I really want to encourage you to get in front of the camera when you can. I really want to encourage you to be seen if you feel like there's something that you want to make in the world, or show the world, or do in the world, or a message you want to share. You are so much more effective if you are the one sharing it, if people can connect with you and see your face and hear your voice. And that is hard, but it doesn't have to be that hard. The equipment, once you set it up once, takes care of itself. You're fine. You don't really ever have to think about it again unless you're going to upgrade. But being seen, being heard is a very powerful, brave act, and you deserve to be seen and be heard. And these are just the tools that get you there. So I hope that if you have any questions, you send them to me, you drop them below. If you want to learn more about how to compose yourself on camera, whether it's photo or video, I have a handy dandy posing guide, and it's totally free, and I am putting it in the notes below. So definitely grab that. I hope you do. Thank you so much for being here.